Good afternoon, witness number 1 and number 2, welcome back. For continuation of your testimonies before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind you that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, over to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Batchily.
Good afternoon.
And Honorable Mayor, you're welcome back. Council, you will proceed.
Yes, Mr. Batchily, we were discussing the letter written to you by the mayor in relation to Aidan Jai's issue. Now, Mr. Batchily, again, why did you not respond to this letter?
I cannot say why, because I really am not too sure about the status of the letters.
You're not too sure about what?
Whether I had replied or not, because I just cannot recall it from here.
No, you said earlier that you didn't reply. You went and had a discussion with the mayor.
Yeah, the discussion was done, but then with formally accompanying with a letter, I'm not really at this juncture too sure about that.
Because the allegations here are serious.
Yes.
That's the issue. It is in relation, again I read, that you tried to bribe Ida to sign a fake contract committee meeting on the 24th of June 2020. And you also harassed her in several instances. I don't know what the word harass would mean here, but you gave her an indefinite suspension on a half salary for allowing the GPA for their annual compliance and audit review on 19th of October 2020. And it reads further, in light of these serious allegations that have been made, I will need you to respond to these matters as they are in violation of our work ethics and code of conduct. The Banjul City Council should be a safe working environment for all staff, where staffs are free to execute their work as per terms of reference without facing challenges. I will need your response to these items by Friday, 14th of April 2021. I believe, Mr. Batchily, this is a positive step from the mayor's office to
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And it shows, again, for various complaints we've had from various witnesses, especially Aidan Jai in relation to, and Aidan Jai and Mr. Fati, who was there, in relation to maladministration, especially the way you handled the procurement office. Do you understand?
Yes.
As CEO. It is also very consistent with letters that were written as well, especially the one from Sangong Fati, the 14th of February 2018, even though the administration of the mayor was not in place at the time, which reads that the unprofessional handling of procurement affairs in BCC, with reference to the subject above, I regret to bring to your notice that many unprofessional observations of procurement procedures in BCC. I intend to bring to the attention of the management that the finance director has in many instances failed to respect the set rules procurement procedures. He has repeatedly called the suppliers directly to negotiate on price, quantity, and delivery of goods and service, and delays my procurement transactions and often neglects procurement procedures. It is enough to say that the finance director has usurped the role of the procurement actors in BCC. It is my fervent belief that procurement must and should follow best practice in line with international standard which governs the ethics of our profession. I want to urge the management, particularly managerial internal auditors, BCC, to be watchful as any deviation of best practice in procurement could have negative implication in the reputation of BCC and myself as a trained procurement specialist. Mr. Batchily, there had been complaints about your management, about procurement, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and the idea is that you bypass procurement process. This was known to you because it was written to you, correct?
Yeah.
And this is what transcends to the new administration as the CEO. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So much so that I will ask you, how would you convince the commissioners that this was not a deliberate act upon your side to bypass procurement process? You want to answer?
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, the first thing I want to make sure that I put up, towards the explanation is that, first of all, if you look,
Whose explanation?
I say, first of all, I want to give you, let's say, a background or whatever
Yes.
situation
Yes.
of how procurement was.
Right.
Because, for example, if we go by, I'm not saying this is a reason, but if you go by that Sankung, the gentleman Sankung Fati himself,
Yes.
he was not a qualified procurement personnel.
But you employed him, my friend.
You know, he wasn't.
But he's employed.
Yeah, he's employed. I'm not too sure that this guy came as an intern or maybe subsequently he
Not
was.
a reason to not follow procurement.
No.
That's my problem.
No, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
I'm coming to that. The reason why the adherence to the procurement policies were not substantive.
That's not a reason. You don't have the powers as CEO to bypass procurement. You don't have those powers.
Yes.
You do not. You don't
Yes.
have the discretion.
No, yes, I don't have such powers.
Yes.
I agree to that.
Yes.
But I'm just thinking maybe I should give you additional information about what was then.
Yes, we have already had that.
Yes.
As a matter of one of the reasons maybe as to why the idea is the law does not give you that discretion. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You don't have that discretion. Now, Honorable Mayor, you wrote to the CEO. It was good on your side. Is this not the type of oversight functions that we have the discussion?
Nena yow ya bindon CEO bi nena mbani nekton jamono bi nga xamne wax nga ne oversight functions mo xewon.
No, my point, what I'm trying to put across is the mayor has demonstrated her oversight function powers by positively following the law and writing to the mayor and then making sure she demands explanation.
Nena fi mom yow def nga lu war li nga xamne and nak loi bi moy yow sa warugal bi def nga ko moy bind nga lettre bi pour CEO bi won ko li nga xamne lolu mo nekkat di def. Nena lolu war na te def nga sa liggéey.
Is that not the case?
Nena mba demé wut nonu.
Okay.
Yes.
And we must commend you for this because this is what we expect.
Nena li nek na lo xamne fokk nit jërem la parce que lo xamne lu fa war te nit ñi li lañ fokk ne li nga wara def.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you had given Mr. Batchily a deadline which reads, I will need your response to these items by Friday, 14th of April, 2021.
Nena yow de jox nga ko waxtu de te li nga bindé moy jox nga wax nga ko ko ne li dafa la wara tontu bala ajuma weer bi su amé fukki fan ak ñeneen.
So when he did not respond, did you do anything after this?
Nena bi nga démé be bes ba jot mom tontu la nena nda am nga li nga defon.
I cannot remember lan la defaat.
I cannot remember what did I do.
Well, that brings us back to li ma la njëkkoon a wax rek ne la.
That brings us back to what I have told you before that.
Ne nit ki su fekkee ne yow employee loo ko.
Somebody whom you know that you did not employ that individual.
Mënuloo ko promote, mënuloo ko demote.
You cannot be able to promote him or you cannot demote him.
Mënuloo ko punish.
You cannot be able to punish the person.
Dafa naxari pour nga supervise ko.
It will be very difficult for you to supervise that said individual.
Because su fekkoon ne koo xam ne la xëy na maa ko employ.
If at all it is through my employment,
borom moom xam na ne mun naa ko promote, mun naa ko demote.
the person will know that I can be able to promote him or her or demote him or her.
Borom moom xam na ne mun naa ko suspend, mun naa ko discipline.
And the individual be aware, understand that I can be able to suspend him or her or discipline.
He or she will take it seriously.
Then he or she, he will take it very seriously.
Why foog naa li ma dal si Mr. Batchily.
But I think what happened to me from through Mr. Batchily.
More than Mr. Batchily si yeneen staffs tamit.
And that is what happened to Mr. Batchily between him and the other staffs.
I'm not taking any excuse for Mr. Batchily.
I'm not taking any issues for the CEO.
Why comme que fi dañ fi nekk pour mëna jagar council si.
But here, the purpose of being here is just to see that we can be able to regulate or maintenance council.
This might be my opinion.
And this will be my opinion.
Why ko xamne comme ni mala ko waxe rek so gisé Mr. Batchily jël ko seriously.
And as I tell you, the reason why Mr. Batchily did not take it seriously.
And be nekut bena letter, there is another memo fee.
And this is not the only letter, there is another memo here.
Let's discuss what you said before we go to that letter.
Nena bala ñu top ci letter bi wala ñu jalla ci letter bi nañ discuss lo xamne lolu nga wax legi.
Wa man duma ko jappé rek ne xejna so gisé xejna tek jëlut ma seriously.
The thinking I have that the reason why he did not take me seriously.
Moy li nga xamne mo yenen staff tammi manager tammi jëliñ ko seriously rek mom tam.
And the reason is that because of certain staffs too, they did not take him seriously too.
Moy ne xam nañ ne Mr. Batchily xam na ne mënuma ko daxa.
And Mr. Batchily knows that I cannot be able to remove him.
Mënuma ko promote, mënuma ko demote.
I cannot promote him, no demote him.
Mënuma ko punish.
I cannot be able to punish him.
So obviously suma reply mënuma ci dara de.
So obviously if he don't reply me, I have no other options.
Well, with all honesty nak,
To be honest,
I xejna bindut ma man.
he did not write to me,
Why dina ñëw discuss ko ak man.
but he do comes and we discuss it together.
Why the nature of council.
Is that what you understand by the laws regulating the councils?
Nena hana lolu nga yek ci loi bi nga xamne bobu mo nekk di jagar wala regulate.
I know you understand Wolof and you understand English language as well, so
Nena
Mr. Bojang may not, explain certain things to the best of your understanding. But
belegi mom xamna ne dega nga olof bu baax be opama dega nga angale be opama mun na nek tamit su fekke ne amna li nga xamne wax na ko te leral wala yow understand no ci luma min.
Or you ask that he repeated.
Nena mun nga ma laajte ma dal diko bantuat pour ngay
Now,
understand.
what you have said
Nena li nga waxon fi
regarding your relationship with the CEO as mayor
moy sa relationship bi ak CEO as mayor
and the relationship of the CEO together with the staff.
ak mom tamit nu mu relate wala relationship ak staff si.
Is that how you understand the legal relationships you have?
Nena lolu nga xam si relation bi nga xam ne wala boka seexante bi nga xam ne bobu ngeen am.
Because what you said and what the law is saying regarding your relationship is totally different.
Nena li nga wax ak loi bi lu mu tërale set ni ngeen wara seexante dina defa uté de.
Lead council.
Lead council.
Foog na wax na la from the beginning na you're going by the book.
I think I told you earlier on that you are going by the book.
ñu ni tamit su fekkoon ne suñ jàppee book bi am na foo xam ne buñ fa eggee.
For us to, if at all we have followed the book, there is a point if we reach therein,
munatuñoo dem fenn.
we cannot be able to go anywhere anymore.
wax nga ma ko fi nga ne.
You told me here that
su fekkee ne Mr. Batchily defut lu mu war a def.
if at all Mr. Batchily did not do what he's supposed to do,
léegi dama ko war a yóbbu council.
then I'm supposed to take it to
We
council.
discuss about it.
We discuss about
We
it
take a decision about it.
and take a decision about it.
We take a decision about maybe his attitude or whatever we want to do.
Take a decision about his attitude or whatever we want to do.
That's where the bus stop with us.
That is where the bus stops.
The problem is, was that ever done?
Nena problem bi moy nda lolu mus ngeen ko def wala lolu musna am.
We have the CEO.
Nena am nañ CEO.
We have compliance review.
Am nañ compliance review.
We have audit reports.
Nena am nañ audit report.
Some are implicating the staff.
Nena audit report am na yo xamne mu ngi dugal na staff
The
si.
CEO have been found to be mismanaging in some areas.
Nena CEO tamit leral nañ ne am na mismanagement bi nga xamne def na ko si area yu bari.
Some finances that cannot be explained.
Nena am na dépense yo xamne kenn du ko mëna natali wala explain.
Did the council take a step against the CEO, in which case the ministry or the service commission did not act upon?
Nena nda CEO bi wala ministry council bi jël na step bi nga xamne ministry bi wala keneen du mëna jël warugal bobu.
Because remember, the first step is
Nena so sété ben first step bi moy jël bu jëga bi moy
the matter to be discussed at council level.
Nena mata bi nga xamne da nga wara waxtaan ci council level.
Council passed a resolution.
Nena boba council dal di pass resolution moy xalaatam bi.
And then if you forward this resolution
Nena resolution bobu soko forwardé
and there is no action,
nena action amu ci
then we will say they did not do what they are supposed to. They are frustrating us.
Nena boba mun nga wax ne ñom lu ñu wara def defuñ ko légui lolu taxna be yéna ngay frustrate.
But did you take a step, for example,
Légui lolu
procedure that has been bypassed by the CEO?
Nena nda yow jël nga step bi nga xamné procurement yi nga xamné li ngeen wara ko nu mu waré yobul len ko non de ngeen ko bypass té ko def moy CEO.
To address the matter at council level.
Pour nga gis né ngeen mëna dem ci council level address matter bi.
And write to the commission.
Nena mu dal di ñew ci commission.
Is that ever done?
Nena nda lolu musna xew.
def nañ lu ëpp loolu sax li council.
We did more than that.
No, let's just focus on the compliance review.
Nena si compliance review bi nañ leeralam.
We have 2019.
soo ma dégloo rek di nga gis ne li ma wax yëpp foofu loolu si la bokk.
If you listen me, you will know exactly what I'm going to say is inclusive.
No, I do. You are all witnesses that could come here. They have the absolute. They are never censored in responding to questions.
You are?
All the witnesses that come here are always given time to respond.
The
mayor herself knows that when she is explaining, we give her time.
But
I am asking a specific question.
Specific question.
That, for instance, the issue of procurement. Let's say we have the 2019 report.
For instance, 2019 report.
The Gambia Public Procurement Authority.
Gambia Public Procurement Authority
did a review.
Definitely review
for the year 2019.
2019.
And they came up with a report. And in that report, there are so many violations. Now I had discussed that with the CEO. He accepts these violations. Let's say at least more than 90%. Now we want to know how the CEO was checked in his powers. Did the council review this compliance review for GPA?
And they review this financial.
The 2019, was it reviewed at council?
2019 da ngeen ko review ci council da ngeen ko gëstuwaat gis ko seet ko.
Foog naa wax naa la ne yi su ñëwee.
Yes, I think I told you that when this time came,
dañ ko discuss.
We used to discuss about it.
Suñ ko discuss with page by page sax.
If we don't discuss it page by page,
dinañ si waxtaan.
We will talk about it.
So indeed waxtaan nañ ci.
Oh, indeed, we have discussed about it.
Can we have the minutes for the General Council?
General Council.
Dina said minutes. I don't know ban General Council lañ ko waxtaanee.
I will check the minutes, but I don't know exactly what General Council was this discussed.
And comme lu ma wax rek mooy ne suñ demee General Council.
As I said, whenever we go to the General Council,
dina ne mën a wax ne lii xew na.
I will be able to inform them that this had happened.
That particular thing, Luma refer to.
And that particular thing that I'm referred to.
Moi li nga xamne mom lañ discuss ma mom ci this complaints yi ñew.
It will be the agenda or the forum that I have discussed with him about the complaints coming in.
And bang la do wax ne we did even more than that. So paye hell xamna you heard of the task force bi nga xamne defoon nañ ko.
If you could remember, I even told you that we have initiated there a task force.
Yes, we'll come to that at some point. We have it as part of the items to discuss. Now, can you provide us with the minutes of meetings that you discussed the 2019 compliance review?
2019 meeting bi nga xamne def ngeen ko mbiri compliance review bi nena nda mën nañ am ministre mi.
I don't know exactly ndax compliance review la tudda or whatever lu tudda waaye xam naa ne dina nekk loo xam ne from that loolu dañ ko discuss ci council.
I don't know how they name it, whether compliance review or something, but I know that that is something that have been discussed with council.
The contents of the compliance review For instance, the content of the compliance review for the year ended 31st December 2019.
Nena ati 2019 very December mude nena content singam ne kadu ngam ne mo nekon ci review bi.
The council should discuss this.
Nena council dafa war pour ñu waxtaan mbiri li.
And ask questions to the CEO. Ask questions to the CEO.
Nena laajte na CEO ay laajte.
So that
Nena pour nga gis ne
the problems that arose
nena problème yi wala texate ngam ne yoyu mo xewon
can be fixed.
Nena mun nañ ko jagar.
And the subsequent years come in.
Nena ati ngam ne ati wi ñew.
You won't have the same problem.
Nena da nga gis texate yoyu du ñewat.
So it appears as if
Nena kon lu wone moy
council did not discuss this compliance review.
Nena council musile na tok sax ngeen waxtaan affaire compliance.
All of these issues.
Nena affaire mbir yeb nga xamne wax nañ ko fo.
Let me ask the same question to the CEO.
Nena haral legi mo laajte CEO be xam.
Were you called at council level to address the compliance review for 2019?
No.
Now, were you called to address the compliance review for 2020 by council?
No.
2021?
We never had a session based on procurement
Compliance
issues in
review.
councils.
Now,
And I think,
go ahead.
and I think what was discussed was the fact that we still did not have an SPU.
Okay.
And the fact that we have written to the Local Government Service Commission
Yes, yes.
to kind of speed up
Yes, to speed up the necessary
the process of
vacancies. Yes.
bringing in,
Yes.
a higher.
Yes. Your evidence and the evidence of the mayor on that is already taken. Now back to the mayor. You see, the CEO has said openly now
Nena CEO wax na ko fi ci kanam nit ñi.
that council never invited him
Nena council musuñ ko o
to answer questions in relation to this compliance.
pour tontu ay laajte nga xamne yu melni affaire compliance.
Is there any reason why that is the case?
Nena nda amna lu tax lolu xew.
Why man waxuma dara different ak lu CEO bi wax di.
But I don't think I have said something that is different
Man
from
wax na la ne
what
we
I have
didn't
said.
take the compliance itself wax na this is our agenda.
Do you
Why-
not think?
dina am
Please proceed.
May I have you?
Ito go.
No, please proceed.
Waaye dina am loo xam ne xëj na mu ngi fa si biir complaints yooyu queries yooyu
It may be possible that these queries are in the said compliance review.
dinañ ko discuss.
We will discuss about it.
Do you not think that when an audit report comes or when the compliance reviews come every year, you as council should go through it and address the issue?
Nena ma fogul won ne yow at bu nekk wala jamono boo xam ne review bi ñëw na wala nekk na loo xam ne leneen lu dem si complain yow sa bopp am nga warugal pour nga seet ko nga toog nga dem si biiram mun a xam lan lañ wax wala lan lañ fa bind.
loolu dëgg la moo tax ma ne la.
That is true.
dañ ko dee itemize. because li su ñëwee.
This is why I said we used to advertise it.
Copy jox ko
Advertise?
dañ ko itemize.
Itemize it. Whenever it comes, we copy it.
ñu
Yes.
jox councilor si yëpp.
We pass it to all council, serve it to all councillors.
soo suñu demee council meeting.
Whenever we go for council meeting,
ku nekk di nga laaj CEO lii laaj ko léeg-léeg laaj ko léeg-léeg.
everybody or each of us will ask CEO whatever you
But he's
feel.
saying that never happened.
Why CEO mu ne lii musta xew.
I think CEO is trying to astafurlah mu ngi toog. mënu ma ko waxal.
I cannot be able to talk for him because he's
Lord
seated.
Mayor, you should be free enough to say whatever you want to say, however you understand it, because there are some where you have done things right, we will tell you.
Mais na
Where
fi
we
lepp li nga xam
believe
ne
you have done things wrong, we will tell you.
nee na fi lépp loo xam ne bëgg nga ko wax wala am nga yéene pour wax ko nee na fi nga mun ngaa free nga wax ko nee na lépp li nga xam ne li nga def àndaa yoon nañ la ko wax lu àndut ak yoon tamit dinañ la ko yëgal de.
And you have been cooperative.
nee na te gis naa ne da nga boog da nga boolo.
man foog naa li ma wax ak CEO li ma wax yëpp benn la CEO dafa ne book bi yóbbuwuñ ko council.
I think what I wanted to say, what CEO have said is only same because CEO already said the book didn't. It was not taken to council.
So my understanding of what he is trying to say, Moine,
My understanding of what he is trying to say is that
that the query was not tabled on council.
That the
council, at
Yes.
council level.
bill was not placed or tabled at council level.
Yes.
And man lima wax moy,
And what I'm saying is,
it was not tabled as an agenda item at the council.
it was not tabled there at council as an agenda item,
Why council si yep ku nekk copy nañ jox la ko.
but all the councils were copied and given to you.
So dinañ ñëw ne ko CEO lii lutax lii lele.
So they will come and ask CEO about what about this.
You mean
particular-
individually when they see him?
Nena lo min ñom ku nekk sa bop so demé be gis CEO wala.
Is that what you're saying? They will see him and then ask him questions.
Nena lo
Council, su ñëwee council.
yeah, whenever they come to council.
No, but he is saying, the
Nena
CEO is saying,
nena CEO mom legi lu moy wax moy
he has never been called
nena mom musuñ ko
to answer questions regarding this.
pour dem tontu wala laajte ko ay kaddu yu melni li.
And so, do you not think
nena kon ci bir lolu nda halat lo wala foglo de
that the right thing to do is to get this example compliance review, place it to, as an agenda item and discuss it?
nena lu war moy item bi ngeen tek ko ci kanam nit ñepp ngeen discuss ko ci council.
Get him to be summoned by council because you have those powers as council.
Nga gis ne yow sa bopa nga dal liko o samon ko parce que am nga doole bobu ko council.
And then ask him questions.
Nga dal diko laajte tamit lu nga am ne dafa war pour laajte ko.
So that he will give answers.
Nena kon nga gis ne ci bir laajte bobu mom tamit dana am lu moy tontu.
So that council will have an informed position.
Nena kon da nga gis ne council dañ fa am xibaar te nañ yegg mbir mi nu mel.
Then you pass your resolution.
Nena ci kaw lolu yow tamit nga dal di pass sa xalaat bi.
That is what is supposed to be done and that was not done.
Nena li mo war li ngeen warona def te def len lolu.
Do you understand?
Nena leer na. Yes.
Now if that is not done,
Nena lolu so len ko defut.
then the council itself
Nena kon council si bopam
cannot supervise you
du la mëna supervise
as mayor.
comme yow mayor.
Because the council supervises the mayor, in effect.
Council more than supervise mayor.
And the mayor
Nena mayor
cannot supervise the CEO.
nena mu yow tamit do mëna supervise yi.
Now, if that is not done,
Nena lolu su ko su xewut wala su def len ko.
then we have the common problem with the ministry or example the service commission.
Nena si kaw lolu kon da nga gis ne problème common problème bo fuk mu xew si ministry bi wala si
Service commission.
service commission bi.
Because then the idea that we write to the service commission, but then since we cannot punish the people we don't employ.
Nena comme legi idea bi nga xamne wala xel bi nga xamne bobu lañu am ñu dal di bind be pare ni ñi nga xamne ñu fa duñ leen mëna punish parce que ñun employ leen la.
It will not rise.
Nena da nga gis ne lolu du mëna xew.
Because the council itself did not do what it's supposed to do.
Parce que council si bopam lu war lu ñu wara def defuñu ko.
What it is supposed to do
Nena lu ñu wara def
is to tell the CEO.
mo lay wax CEO ne
Let me give you an example.
nena legi pour mu jox la ben exemple.
In 2019, there was a number of 318 procurement process that was done.
Nena hati 2019 amna process GPA processing amna yu bari ngene wara def yu dem be 318.
318. There was no open tender.
Nena ben CEO yu amul ben open
Do you
tender.
have a copy? Please give the mail. There was no open tender.
Nena amul CEO yu amul ben open tender bi ngeen def.
There is only one restricted tender
Nena ben bobu rek mo feñ fofu moy restricted tender.
at $3,450,000.
Nena
3 million
$3,450,000.
$450,000. And single sourcing.
Nena single source ni
Please
fa.
don't turn to page 18.
Nena demal page 18.
Page 18.
Page 18.
Are we together?
Yes.
And single sourcing
Nena single sourcing
is 266.
nena 266.
If you have this in council meeting,
Nena so amé li ci council meeting
you will see what GPA is saying.
nena da nga gis GPA lu ñu nekk di wax.
Even if you're not an expert,
Nena so nekkut expert sax.
if you read it,
Nena so ko jàngee.
it says an analysis of the procurement on the various procurement methods indicates that most of the POs, as the procurement organization, that's BCC, procurement is carried out through a non-competitive method of single sourcing, none of which has been approved by the contracts committee in contravention of the law. Do you see that, Lord Mayor?
Yes, I do.
Now, this tells you something is going wrong.
Nena li mom xibaar bi mu la leral wala mu la won ne amna luy dox li nga xam ne warut.
That the CEO
Nena CEO si papa
is administering a method of procurement
nena mu ngi doxal méthode bi nga xam ne procurement ñoo ko war a doxal.
that is totally wrong.
Li nga xam ne loolu moom warut.
Is that not the case?
Nena mbaaru noonu. Yes.
And it gives you an example.
Nena suñ jee mu jox la exemple foofu
As a table below.
nena moy société table bu nek ci ron
It says QuickBooks accounting software.
mona luma wax moy lolu fa binda moy QuickBook accounting software
There was a purchase of $266,000.
nena de ngeen ko jënda $266,000
$6,000. $266,000.
$266,000
It was done through single source.
nena te soko sété bobu li ngeen ko def moy ci single source ngeen ko
And there was no approval.
nena te amul ben approval
And the process was not followed.
nena te yoon bi nga wara process bi moy yoon bi nga wara top len ko
Cost of swimming uniforms.
nena so sété swimming uniforms
Mansata Danso
ku ñewa Mansata Danso
was paid $40,800.
nena fe ngeen ko $40,800
And the CEO adopted wrong procedure.
nena te CEO procedure bu mu jël dafa warato dafa
I'm
nekk
saying the
procedure
CEO
nena so na CEO
because he is the administration officer.
nena su gisee mu ne CEO parce que moo nekk njiiti
I
administrative
am saying whatever he has done down with his management,
nena moom wax na ne lépp li nga xam ne def nañ ko moo
the law is saying was wrong.
nena loi bi wone na ne àndut ak loi
You have the restructuring of the BCC,
nena soo seetee ni ngeen defaree BCC mooy restructure
UXL Group. UXL Group were paid $382,500.
nena 300 ñoom dañ leen defee $305
$82,500.
$82,500
Again, wrong procedure.
nena te yoon bi ngeen jël tamit warut
Air ticket to Nairobi,
air ticket pour Nairobi
Cinderella Travels
Sinanreba Travels
were paid $276,768.
$276,768
$768. Again, wrong procedure.
nena bobu tamit warut
Mayor, you will see that is a list all the way down to the
nena
next
soko
page.
sété liste la dafa sori
All the way down to the next page.
nena dem na be benen kayit sax
21 transactions.
nena amna je lu dem be ñaari fukk ak benn transaction
They are only sampled transactions,
nena yooyu nekk na sample transaction
which means there are many more transactions.
nena yu bëri ñoo fa nekk sax
All of this,
nena yi yëpp
no, the laws were violated.
nena loi yëpp ngeen jaala topp leen loi bi
If you turn to page 19,
nena soo demee be beneen kayit bi mooy page 19
it reads
nena lu mu jànga foofu mooy lu mu wax foofu mooy
that the above mentioned procurements further revealed to the reviewer that the council had not fully adhered to the threshold of procurement method as provided for in this regulation. Furthermore, we observe that there was no justification for the use of single source. Now, have you seen this, Lord Mayor?
nena gis nga loolu yes I do
Now you go to the third point.
nena demal si ñettal point bi
It tells you that the Basin Enterprise,
nena mu ngi la yëgal ne Basin Enterprise
which were given a contract for $662,000,
bi nga xam ne jox ngeen ko contract bu dem ba $666,000
$662,000,
$662,000
$156. This procurement
nena bi procurement bi
was not done by the procurement unit.
nena soo ko seetee procurement bi nekkul ne ñoo nekkal ñoo xam ne ñoo ko doxal
It says the invoices were collected by a group that visited Ostend with the Lord Mayor.
nena wax nañ ne invoices bi ñu ko collect ñooy groupe bi nga xam ne ñoo dem visit hostel ak mayor yéen a
But the
ànd
people you went with to Ostend
nena ñi nga xam ne ñooñu nga àndal dem hostel
were the ones who were doing this procurement.
nena ñi ñoo nekkoon ñooña ñoo nekkoon ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekkoon di def yëfi procurement
Do you see that, Lord Mayor?
nena gis nga loolu I don't think they mean me
Basin Enterprise.
Can you please read it again?
nena mun ngaa jàngal yow nga riidal
As per the minutes of the contract committee on the said procurement,
Microphone, please.
as per the minutes of the contract, okay. Furthermore, the procurement was conducted by individuals outside the procurement unit. The contract was awarded to Basin Enterprise at a bid price of $662,156. As per the minutes of the contract committee on the said procurement, the invoices were collected by a group that visited Austin with the Lord Mayor,
Yes,
and we collected, maybe Mr. Batchily can help me with this.
exactly.
To be quite honest, I cannot remember Mr.
It did not say you did the procurement yourself.
Yeah, but even to collect invoices, I want to know how and
Yeah, this now the importance as to what we are discussing. It did not say that you were part of the people that did the procurement. It did not say that you were aware of the group your group that went to Ostend, it says it identified the group as being with you in Ostend. But when they came back, some of them were the ones who did the procurement. It did not say you were aware of it.
Nena wax ne yow sa bopa yeg nako wala ya ko def nena lu moy wax fi moy ñi nga xamne groupe bi nga andal dem hostel bi ngeen ñewate bi ngeen wañé ko fi ñoo nekkon di doxal lepp li nga xamne mu liggéey procurement bi.
It didn't say you yourself took part.
Nena wax ne yow sa bopa boka nga wala def nga dara fofu.
And so we are going strictly by what it says.
Nena dañoo topa luñu wax li nga xamne cadre bi lu mo.
If it had said you took part in this procurement,
nena su fekkee ne tudon nañ la ne boka nga ci mbir mi.
I would have told.
Nena dana la ko wax.
That in fact is not the topic now. We have already asked this to the CEO.
Nena li mom ne ko topic legi li mom laajte nañ ko CEO.
The issue is if the mayor and if the council were doing their oversight function, if the mayor and council were performing their oversight function,
nena su fekkee ne mayor ak council ñu ngi doxal li nga xamne lool mo war ci ñoom seen function bi.
if you had reviewed this,
nena su fekkee ne seet nga li.
would you not have known this before?
Nena nda dafa nekk loo xam ne doo ko teel a yëg.
Ricardo.
Yes.
With council.
Wallahi dama fàtte rek waaye.
I forgot.
gis nga bi ma gisee ay Mansata Danso. ay yeneen yi fii si laa xam ne.
When I saw Master Danso and others, that's the time I know that.
This the issue of this Bere Aki, Malick Mendy, etc. and so forth.
Yes.
The issue of these people, namely Malick Mendy and others.
I cannot remember whether this was when CEO brought this to my office or we said this in council. Why Lee Muslim ko watani?
But we have ever discussed about this.
Now, do we have the minutes for that?
Say.
Nena na am nga minutes sami.
This is why I remember.
I cannot remember.
I need to go and find out.
I have to go and find out.
Why? As I said, these are not like we come to council and said, okay, Gambia Procurement Authority queries as an agenda. Hamnani, the next time we have this, I'm going to put it there black and white as an agenda. But
I know the next time we have this, I'm going to put there black and white. As far as it is copied and it is served to each of the council. The councillors will post questions, this one will ask questions, and each of them will have his own questions.
And you are right.
And you are right that
it could have been a topic.
Agenda of itself. It would have been a topic.
Because this Basin enterprise,
because this Basin enterprise that I saw here,
I don't know how many.
I even don't know who are they.
Now in 2020,
the
same problem persisted.
The
same problem persisted. So we give you guys a pass in 2019.
Pass 2019.
You were perhaps still learning, or the council itself was still learning how to handle this matter. But in 2020, the same problems. What would you say now is the issue?
Council 2019 report.
As I said before, that 2019 report
is the procurement of 2018.
It's a document of 2018.
And the whole of 2019.
Then the whole of to the whole of 2019 we have.
Yes. And the whole of 2019 as well. It says for the year ended 2019.
And the year ended 2019.
So yes, you are right. 2018 will be there.
2018 dena boka.
And for the entire 2019 as well.
2019 be fum do fum em.
You understand?
Yes.
Now the question now, the issue now is.
Fast
forward 2018, 2019.
2018, 2019.
We have 2020. In 2020.
In 2020.
The procurement total for the year is 21 million. That was reported.
Total deposit report 20 million.
21 million.
21 million.
152,000.
150,000.
152,000.
152,000.
$890.
$890.
The same problems.
And our problem.
It tells you again.
nena belegi mu la yegal ne
Mr. Batchily and his team down
nena Batchily ak ñi nga xamne teamam bi ñu nekk ci ronam
disregarded procurement process.
nena topuñ procurement process bi de
You have 368 transactions.
nena amna 368 transactions
No open tender.
no open tender
Only one restricted tender.
nena ben restrict tender lañ am
The rest were mainly single source.
nena lepp lu dess yoy yep ay single source lañ
And it was flagged
nena te lolu dañ ko woné
in the same manner.
di ci bena bi bena yoon bi la
GPPA said,
nena GPPM ñom li lañ wax ne
do we have the 2020 report? That the procurement was carried out through a non-competitive process.
nena
The procurement was carried out
procurement bi mom nuñ ko yobé moy
was through a non-competitive process.
nena nekk na lo xamne yobuñ ko ci ben competition
Please turn to page 15.
nena demal page 15 fuk ak juroom
Are you there with me?
yes
It says an analysis of the procurement under various procurement methods indicates that most of the procurement is carried out through a non-competitive method of single source, none of which has been approved by the Contracts Committee in contravention of Section 49 of the C of the Act. And when you look at the table, it says the table below shows some of the procurements conducted using single source without prior approval from the authority.
nena so sété ci table bu nekk ci ron lu mu wone moy amna yi nga xamne da ngeen ko doxal ci single source te amulen ben approval from the authority
ABM Association,
ABM Association
5,200 face masks,
5200 face masks
the amount $156,000.
moy njëg bi moy $156,000
We have the hiring of bulldozer,
nena loase bulldozer
$150,000.
$150,000
The list goes on and on and on.
nena mbir bi ni la continuer ni la démé
You turn to the second page, you will see again
nena so demate ci benen page da nga gis
hundreds of thousands of dollars
nena hundreds of thousands of dollars
by way of sampling.
nena te lolu sampling la
So we can say in the millions
nena so sété ci bit kon ay millions la
without following any procurement process.
nena li nga xamne dépense bi ken follow wala top len sa process bi wala yoon bi du
Should it be this way, Lord Mayor?
nena li mom da ngeen ko wara dismiss
I'm asking the mayor whether it should be this way.
nena mba ni la wara démé li yoon bi la wara mbir mi ni la wara démé no
Good. Now, we blame the CEO
nena way ba légui ñun CEO la ñoo xass
for his blame. His blame has, but
siga
for his part.
nena si boram
Now, if you look at the wordings of the GPPA,
nena so gisé GPPA sen cadre wala sen wording ci duñ ko teuralé
it did not mention the CEO. It did not mention the CEO.
nena waxuñ turu CEO de
It says council.
ñu ne council
It repeats the word council.
nena ñu bantuat ko ñu ne
That
council
council did not adhere to so and so and so.
nena way council ñoñu topuñ lu nga wone ndaki la ndakale la
That council did not do so and so and so and so.
wala council defuñ li ak li ak li
Why do you think it mentions council and not CEO?
nena lan nga fogg wala lo fogg ne waxuñ turi CEO ñu daldi wax affaire council wala turaluñ CEO ñu daldi tural council maybe they think that we are the oversight
Yes.
body
But are you the oversight body?
nena ndayo yena ay oversight body yes
And so if there's failure, there's BCC failure.
nena kon li BCC sen failure la
Comme li ma la wax rek nekkul ne every day laa di nekk ci administration bi di liggéey ak ñoom.
as I told you, Council, I told you that it's not every day I stay and work with them.
Yes.
Some of these things,
Some of these things,
su audit report ñëwut
if we don't have the audit report
or lu mel nii
or something of this kind,
daf dee naxari pour ñu xam ko.
it will be difficult for me to be aware of it.
And as you said,
And as you said,
the only fault here mooy ne
the only fault is that
mooy waroon nañ ko def an agenda item.
that we supposed to make it an agenda item.
Scrutinize ko
Scrutinize it
from A to Z.
from A to Z.
Why pour one ne danga supervise council?
But to say I will supervise council,
Every day you need to know what lu ñoo def.
every day you need to know what they are up to or what they are doing.
Lolu def day jafe.
That will be difficult.
And this is why the committees are there
While the committees are there,
pour engage les ñom tamit.
to engage them too.
See, it is not supposed to be every day.
Nena negot ne bes bu neka.
Some things will escape you as you have said.
Nena comme li nga wax am na loo xam ne mun na la rëcce wala bu
In
toog.
fact, to be fair with you, many things may escape you.
Nena dëgg la pour dëgg kay moom lu bëri doo ko mun a yëg.
But now, if they escape you,
Nena waaye lu dem ba yëguloo ko.
you have audit that is supposed to provide a quarterly report.
Nena audit ñoo war a di joxe quarterly report.
You have the compliance reviews coming supposedly every year.
Nena audit nga am compliant nga am ne def day ñëw at bu nekk.
You have national audit, at least bring in audit reports or management audit reports every year as well.
Nga am audit national audit yi nga am ne léeg-léeg leen la day jox report yi nga am ne yu mbiri sa liggéeykaay bi wala ni ngeen war a liggéey mbir bi ni mu demee.
Even where there are delays,
Nena even am na yoo xam ne tardement am na.
that will be their fault.
Nena loolu dina nekk ñoom seen
But
problème.
once these are received,
Nena waaye soo demee ba jot yi.
council must act on it.
Nena council war ngeen a def dara si mbir kaw si kaw loolu.
But what we have seen
Nena waaye ñun lu ñu gis mooy.
is council is failing to act on this.
Nena council dañu feel trop pour ñu am jël action si kaw lii.
Li council
Lead council.
xam naa benn lii mënoon naa ñàkk am sax su fekkoon ne the capacity is there.
This supposed not to have, if at all, definitely there is capacity.
Which capacity is that?
Nena soo ne capacity, ban façon capacity?
tudda nga fi a very important office.
You call a very important office here.
mooy the internal audit.
That is the internal audit.
boobu tamit dafa nekkoon loo xam ne lu ñu sonal la.
And that too is something that disturbed us a lot.
and soo demee si suñu audit reports yi.
And if you go through our audit reports,
di nga gis national audit complain na ko ba sona.
you will see that the national audit have complained that a long time.
su fekkee ne structure bi tamit is not very strong.
And the structure too, if at all the structure is not very strong,
loolu tamit dafa ñu dee xala sonal.
that too will make difficulties for our work.
because am na yenn yoo xam ne comme nii.
Because we have certain things like this one.
xëy na bala ñu doon egga fii sax dina internal audit bi dina ko doon flank.
I know before we get to this, then the internal audit must flag it.
The internal audit and flagged some issues.
Nena internal audit am na yu nga xam ne dañ ko wane.
But for let's just say for any report that you have not received,
Nena waaye report boo xam ne report bu nekk bi nga xam ne jotuloo ko.
because there it is not prepared,
Nena bi nga xam ne ñoom defaruñ ko wala defaruñ ko.
and the council had demanded that it be prepared,
Nena te council dañu laajte wala wax nañ pour ñu defar ko.
then to a certain extent,
Nena am na si nu mu demee.
council will have at least tried to do their job.
Nena council nga gis ne kon jéem nañ pour def seen liggéey.
But the reports I am addressing now
Nena waaye report yi nga xam ne moom si yooyu la nekk léegi nii.
are ones that have been prepared and submitted to councils. Council have access to it. You have told the commission that even the various councillors will have a copy.
Nena boobu defar nañ ko te jox leen ko yow sa bopp sa nangu nga daal di wax ne council bu nekk daf dee am copie.
Then for those ones,
Nena yooyu.
there are no excuses.
Nena yooyu moom amul benn chance wala excuse.
Council cannot give a reason as to why they did not act upon it.
Nena council ñu mun a jox benn reason wala lu tax mënuñu am benn action wala jëluñu action si kaw yooyu.
Do you agree with that?
Nena nangu nga si loolu.
waaye wax naa la ne we didn't table it but itemize nañ ko waxtaan si.
Yes, I said we have itemized it and we have discussed about it.
No,
They could-
let me ask you on that.
Nena haramu laajte la benn laajte.
Can you tell the commission,
Nena nda yow mun nga wax commission bi ne.
for all the problems that are being addressed by or raised by this compliance review,
Nena comprehensive bi problème yi nga xam ne wala teexate yi nga xam ne yëpp dañ ko tuddal foofu wala dañ ko mention.
any of the items,
Nena item bu nekk.
can you provide us with evidence of its thorough discussion at council?
Nena mbaa mun nga ñu jox evidence bi nga xam ne pour ñun yëpp ñu ko ne dëgg la boobu da ngeen toog waxtaan biram si kaw.
And the decision taken therein.
te ak loo xam ne action bi nga xam ne def ngeen ko si kaw loolu.
not every item bu nekk
Any,
fii.
I said any.
okay
Not any item mu ne nekkut ne ne mbaa ndaa mus na am ban la si ak ban.
loolu moom I'll go back to the minutes.
I have to go back to the minutes
ma check.
and check.
waaye fooguma ne loolu dina mën a ñàkk si suñ minutes.
But I don't think that we will miss it. We must have it.
This problem, Lord Mayor, This problem,
nena problem bi
like I said,
nena comme mu njëkk wala wax
it never stopped.
nena li musta em de
It kept on continuing,
nena li day dox rek day continuer
year by year.
at bon at be at
Every single time,
nena waxtu bu nekk
there are serious and similar violations.
nena am na serious violation yi nga xam ne topp leen loi bi
So where is the problem?
nena kon texe bi fan la
Walul digala lead council.
that is true ku lead council
Comme luma la ko waxee rek, this is purely admin liggéeyi administration la.
as I said earlier on this is the work of the administration
Yes,
And
to
as-
make
as
sure,
you rightly said,
to make sure
nena yes pour gis ne
they follow procurement process.
nena toppa ngeen
I agree with you on that one.
process nena nangu na si yow si
But where they fail to follow procurement process,
nena waaye foo xam ne toppuñ procurement process
now you and council now have an obligation
nena léegi yow ak ansul da ngeen am warugal
to make sure that which is being done
li nga xam ne def ngeen ko
cannot repeat the following year.
nena du defaat doo leen ko defaat at muy
Is that
ñëw
not the case?
nena
Okay.
mbaa du mbir mi noonu la
So
Yes.
Mr. Batchily as CEO failed every single year. He failed to follow procurement regulation.
nena Mr. Batchily moo xam ne at bu nekk procurement bi ni mu tëralee moom du musta ànd ak
Do
loolu
you agree with that?
nena nangu nga loolu
Wow.
yes
The mayor and council failed every year
nena mayor ak council dañ dee fail every year
by making sure these problems are not repeated.
pour nga gis ne problème bi warta amaat
Because it's the same problems that are repeated every year.
nena parce que soo ko seetee benn texa moo dee amaat benn as bu nekk di toppante
Whatever the explanation is,
nena fii loo munta wax
whatever the reason is,
nena lu lépp li nga xam ne loolu mooy sabab bi
the council and the mayor also failed to make sure
nena council ak mayor yéen tamit nekk na ñoo xam ne da ngeen ñaaka jël yoon boo xam ne
to address this procurement
pour
problem
mun a régler problème bi war a
that are
procurement
being done repeatedly.
li nga xam ne toujours mu ngee defaat di toppante
You also agree with that?
nena nangu nga loolu yes
Now, we go to another issue, unless there are questions from the commission.
In addition to the issue of procurement,
nena suñ demee si mbiri procurement
my question is to Mr. Batchily.
very well
My question is to Mr. Batchily. Mr. Batchily, you recall that you were issued with the audit report for the Austin project, right?
Yes.
And you made some responses in that audit report, right?
Yes.
However, the findings in the audit report, just in relation to lack of following, the fact that the council did not follow due process in the financial transactions. The audit report at page 45, its findings stated that the bank statements shows that contracts awarded to various suppliers, contractors, amounting to 31,156,547.12 were not kept on file and could not be provided to the auditors, despite repeated requests to the finance manager. Right? And an analysis was drawn in relation to issues contained therein. If you look at the auditor's comment, they highlighted some transactions which, at the same time, the audit report for the year ending 31st December 2019 and 2020 at page 61, it shows that there were some procurements that were done, and these were the same procurements that were repeated in this audit report for the Austin project. The same issues. So which means these documents were not tabled and discussed to look at what the problems were, to avoid them, because it clearly indicated that triple expenditures were made on issues that have been highlighted, in fact, in other reports. Why is that the case?
Okay, first of all, I want to I want to make it clarity, because with regards to the finalization of the audit queries,
Yes,
in terms of the management responses,
yes.
I was not in town.
You were not
I had
around.
already been posted.
For
Yes.
all of the for the report dated the 9th of September 2024.
Pardon?
The report, the reference I have made is, is the management letter for the audit of EU project Austin for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st of April
Yes.
2024.
Yes.
And I assume that prior to them writing the final letter, they normally write to you and send you these queries for you to respond.
Yes.
So it is after they have given you opportunity to respond and you fail to respond that they finally write their final audit letter indicating what they have and what they have received after, you understand, they have written to you. So you are saying when they wrote to BCC, you were not there for this audit report?
For the draft,
Which is that?
you know, they first start with, they bring a draft copy,
Yes,
and then the management will look at it
yes,
and then respond.
yes,
And then it's on that basis that they will send you a final draft
yes,
so that you respond to it.
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm reading is the final draft. So when they sent the first draft,
Yes.
you were not at the office.
the final draft. That's the
When
time I
they
left.
sent the first draft,
Okay, when they sent the first draft, yes, we had seen it.
you've seen it.
We had seen the first draft.
Yes, because that is why
Yes.
in this final draft,
Yes.
there are some portions where there is audit response.
Yes. Yeah,
So
but
which means you have been given the opportunity to look at the first draft.
yeah, I concur. I seen the first draft. But
Yes.
then,
So why was this first draft not tabled at council
Yes.
to discuss? Because we could recall that the mayor has been saying, you understand, she gets to know only what she is told. And I'm beginning to believe that, you understand, you as a seasoned CEO ought to have been guiding the mayor, because she doesn't know these instruments. And for her to appreciate these instruments is for you to write and inform her the import of these instruments and why she should comply with these instruments. Is that not the case?
yeah, that should be the case here.
Yes. So why didn't you send this report, this draft that was sent to you? Why was it not discussed at council?
The draft was not discussed as council.
So why didn't you request for this to be discussed at council? Because you have to discuss this in council. Because these projects were executed on behalf of beneficiaries where these councillors are elected.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, but normally, ma, if we have the draft,
yes,
if we have the draft normally,
yes,
we first have to look at the contents of the draft
yes,
as a management.
yes,
What does it say?
yes,
Okay, but then I would also take the opportunity to explain to you, for your information and for that of the commission, that with the project, the findings which have not been substantiated, because either the auditors were not given access to certain very important documents. That's part of the issues surrounding the draft when it came.
That they said what?
That some of the findings were not substantiated. They were not given relevant documentation
Yes,
for them to make up their opinions,
yes,
and that has happened.
yes,
In fact, recently we just from the FPAC with regards to the same.
I don't seem to understand what you are saying.
Okay, what I'm just saying here is, you were saying you're talking about certain findings that they made, and why they were not discussed at the council level. There, I agree with you that it was not taken to the council for discussion.
Yes,
Yeah, because it was looked upon by the management.
yes,
But then the auditors were not given access, for one reason or the other, they are not given access to relevant information that should have featured even in the draft.
yes, but Mr. Batchily, it is your job to make sure that they give them access to have the documents, because you are the head of finance, and this is a joint project. Is that not the case?
No, I think there's something else, in the sense that when...
What you tell us, because we are not there, and we don't have the opportunity to know, and when we ask the mayor, she doesn't know.
That's the reason why I'm explaining, Ma.
Yes, let him finish.
Yeah, when the auditors came
Yes,
for like an introduction meeting,
yes,
we had an introduction meeting with them
yes,
with regards to the commencement of the exercise.
yes,
And as a management, we had appointed somebody to be the focal point for them.
yes,
We had appointed somebody
yes,
who was the former director of finance.
yes.
We appointed him to be the individual who will be helping them in terms of retrieval of
Now, before you proceed, who were
documents.
at the entry meeting?
And intimately were there.
Can you tell us who was present at the entry meeting?
At the entry meeting, myself, the mayor was there, the director of finance was there, the I think the director of planning, yes, an acting admin director, for them to introduce the fact that they are coming to start their auditing exercise.
Yes.
So,
These people you mentioned, are they not staff of the BCC?
yeah, they're staff of the BCC.
Or were they giving leave of absence that you cannot access them?
No, I mean, we were all there when they came for the meeting, for the introductory meeting.
You can proceed to explain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then, as a management, we appointed the director of finance to be their focal point.
Yes,
And this is in written form.
yes.
We had written that he should be the individual that would be helping them.
So what was the problem
During the-
for them not to have access to the documents?
They were not shown some of these documents.
They were?
They were not shown some of the documents that they requested at the time.
So which means you were not doing your job, because you were not getting the information that you were supposed to get in the first place in terms of reports
Yes.
of how the projects were being run. And this is why the audit has said that over 31 million cannot be accounted for, because they have not seen documentation.
That's exactly what I'm coming to.
Yes,
For them, they made it very clear
yes,
that this is what happened because they were not shown certain documentation,
yes.
which were readily available
So didn't
at the project
so
site.
what administrative measure did you take to make sure that the focal person is made to take the necessary action to provide them with the documents? What did you do?
We got to discover this discrepancy when they sent the finance.
But then now, what did you do? Because now they have
the
said
final draft.
they cannot have access. What did you do? What did you take as? What step did you take as the head of the unit?
When it came to our attention, myself and the management, that this is what happened. Some of the important documentation that they had requested for were not given to them. Was the time in which they brought in the final draft.
No, I ask you a direct question. I said,
Yes.
when you knew that they could not have access to these documents,
Yes.
what steps did you take for that problem to be addressed?
That's what I'm saying. At that juncture, when the final draft came, then I had left subsequently for postings. But the fact that it was not discussed
At what time did you discover? At what time did they tell you? Did they tell you via writing that they could not have access to the documents? Or they spoke to you verbally?
No, but as a management, when we saw some of the queries that were continuously coming, that's the time we started discovering that they might not have been given the right documentation. That's the reason why they're repeating it
So
again.
when you discovered that at management level,
Yes.
when you had the meeting,
Yes.
what step did you take prior to you leaving for posting?
I did not take any specific steps about it towards it.
That is what I wanted. So, Honorable Mayor, you wanted to say something? Yes.
Ma, Banjul City Council, fogna bugana CEO mu open up tuuti rek. Problem buñ am Banjul City Council mooy ñàkk discipline.
Banjul City Council, we have some constraints of which I just want to tell you. We have lack of discipline.
ñàkk respect these offices, authorities yi nii.
Lack of respect for the authorities.
ñoomi neen kii du wax ak kii CEO du wax ak finance director ba.
They themselves do
finance
not talk to
director
one
ba
another.
moo audit la.
The
audit
CEO
mu ne
will
du wax
not
ak admin.
talk to finance, not talk to audit.
So auditors si su ñëwee I don't know whether I was in the entry meeting. I remember foog naa si exit meeting bi laa
I
nekkoon.
can remember, if I can remember well, at the exit meeting,
waaye ñi su ñëwee Banjul City Council dañ dee sonna.
whenever they come to Banjul City Council, they feel difficulties, a lot of difficulties.
Camara mu nga jël kayit jële no baleen.
Camera will chip some of the documents.
Because mu ne auditor bi ma waxa moom waxuta moom wax bu he was rude to him.
We said that when the auditor was talking to him, he was rude to him.
lu tax CEO bi ko auditor bi laajee lii moom mu ñëwut waxa moom.
Why CEO, when the auditor asked him, the CEO did not come and talk to him?
These are the frustration national audit ñu ngi ma dégga.
These are the frustrations we have. The national auditor hearing me.
bi ñoo am suñ exit meeting bi.
Let me just come at this point. Now, at this point, who do you think you should blame? Because if the CEO has nothing to hide, is not complicit in any activity, do you think, he should have allowed them to get to that level?
Ma CEO mu ngi nii man dama ko fenal.
CEO here, I will not tell lies against him.
dama ko waxal ba sonna moom si boppam.
I told him for a long time until I get tired.
lii tey toog fii tey moom waru ko beeta sax.
That for sitting here, he should not be surprised about it.
many times dama ko dee waxal CEO daf leen di waxal respectuñ ko duñ ko déglu sax.
Many times I talk to him, and CEO used to talk to them, but they don't respect him. They don't even listen to him.
te am na ku toog fii mu ne.
And somebody was seated here and said so that
man maay gaynde bi si council bi.
I am the lion at the council.
CEO toog na fii mu ne béppalum dee def ma ko dee wax.
And CEO sit here and say whatever he does, he used to inform me.
waaye soo ma mu ne may benn 2 minutes.
But if you can be able to allow me just 2 minutes.
Please go ahead.
ma ronal la down yéena things loo xam ne rek.
I just run down some of the things.
yoo xam ne démb dama tëdd rek ma xalaat leen.
Just yesterday when I lie down, I was thinking about them.
bi Camara di suppress suñ revenue bi.
When Camara was suppressing our revenue,
musuma ko yëg.
I have never been aware.
ku si mbedda bi laa ko yëgee.
I only became aware on the road.
ma oo ko moom moo CEO ak ñeneen meeting.
I called him, CEO and others for a meeting.
li ñu fa wax.
What we said therein.
ak disrespect bu mu ñu def ba match out ci suma office man.
And the disrespect he did to me, especially in my office.
CEO mu ngi nii toog.
CEO is just sitting here.
te bi Hadijatu Jambang toogee fii.
And the Hadijatu Jambang, where she was here,
moom explain na lan moo fa xew.
she have explained what had happened therein.
wax naa leen fii bi moo indi SAPS yëguma ko.
I told you people here that when he brought SAPs, I was not aware.
loan yi mu doon jëlal boppam Camara every week mu jël loan.
Every week he will take loans.
the same loan yooyu moom laa jox internal auditors.
And the same loans that the one is issued to or give to the internal audits.
the same loan moom laa oo councillors di leen ko jox.
The same loan is the one he used to call councillors and give issued loans to them.
dégg naa fi councillor bu ñu fi tudda affaire loan.
I had a councillor talking about a loan.
yëguma ko yëgaluñ ma ko sax.
I was not aware. I was not even informed.
te loolu su fekkoon ne ñëwut si audit report.
And if at all that does not flat on the audit report,
100 years du ma ko yëg.
100 years I will not be aware.
xaalis mu doon jël di luwel boppam moto.
And the monies he used to take and rent vehicles.
fii la toog di calculate mu ne mayor bi essence am bi 15 times 12 times 36.
He was calculating here that the mayor petrol or fuel is 15 times. I cannot even know exactly what he was saying.
waaye bi moo xaalis mu doon jël di rental boppam moto te kenn yëgu ko.
But the monies he was using to hire vehicles and nobody was aware of it.
CEO mu ngi nii ndax man mus naa ko yëg.
CEO is here. Whether I have ever been aware of it.
si exit meeting.
The exit meeting.
si la ma national audit waxee most of these things.
That was the time the national audit informed me about most of these things.
Camara bés boobu dafa match out si kanami ñooñu.
That day, camera match out in their present.
revenue bi bim ko don bim don égal suñ revenue bi.
The revenue, when he was increasing the revenue,
Because suñ rate ci la don égal Banjul.
because it was the rates that he was, making them high.
Ma o CEO maneko.
I called the CEO
Camara munuta yoka rate ci Banjul. These are gazetted
and said
rates.
to him, Kamara cannot be able to increase the rates. These are gazetted things.
Te num ko don defé moy
And the way he was doing it was,
Mr. A so amé kiram.
Mr. A uses property.
Mr. A momom kër bi
Mr. A owns the property
mu am bitik ci biir kër gi.
and have a shop inside the compound.
Mr. A already kiram bi mu ngi fay commercial to
And-
Banjul City Council.
Mr. A is paying commercial to Banjul City Council.
So borom bitik bi kim rent
And the owner of the shop that he rented the shop to,
koku Banjul City Council lu mo expect mom moy trade license.
and what Banjul City Council expect from that shopkeeper is the trade license.
Camara ne dedet
Kamara said no.
dafa delu wat ci borom bitik bi.
He'll go back to the shop
Ne koku dafa wara fayat commercial rate.
and say to that shopkeeper to pay commercial rate.
Bu ciow li excès ci man
When this row came to me,
ma o CEO wax ko.
I called the CEO and informed him.
CEO o ko suma office.
CEO called him in my
Camara
office.
bañ be tedd ci suuf ne lool moy am.
Kamara said no, he resisted that should happen.
Mané ko bi nak soko bañé bayyi.
I said to him that this one, if you don't stop it,
Dina mobilize wa Banjul yeb ñu génn ñoo fekk ci la fi.
I will mobilize the whole Banjul and they come out and find you here.
Non lañ xexé Camara
That is how I fought with Kamara,
be teddal wax bobu nonu.
unless up to the time he stopped that talk.
So yoyu yeb dama wax na ko CEO.
All of those things I had informed Mr.
Mané ko daf
CEO.
la doon nax because mu ngi indi saab.
I said he's fully new because he brought SAPs.
So dafa wara use wa Banjul pour wone ne mu ngi égal revenue.
So he want to use the people of Banjul, showing them that he's increasing the revenue.
Wax na la fi ne bi suñ trade license yi.
I told you that our trade license,
Business people dañ do ñew ci man.
the business people were coming to me.
Su ko neexee yow faatu nga tudda.
If you feel like when you have called Fatu,
Mu wañal la sa license bi.
he will just reduce your license.
So tuddee Modou
If you are called Modu,
mu yokk ko.
he will increase.
Mané ko lolu mënta ané ka.
I told him that cannot be possible.
Ma oyat CEO wax ko.
I called the CEO and I informed
CEO
him.
o ko address ko.
Madam Chair, those are very
CEO called him and
strong
informed him.
allegations. Lord Mayor, may I take over? You have proof of that?
Then I'm going to proof you.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, provide us with every proof you have.
Then I'm going to join the proofs. Yep, I'm going to go.
That the challenge you have, Madam Mayor, is
Then,
the fact that I may not blame you on that aspect.
Then I'm
because,
going to blame you.
in the morning session,
Then I see Suwa.
we have read a letter
Then I jang and feel later.
where you wrote to the CEO,
Become the jang Yakobu na CEO.
but the CEO has been asked whether he replied to that letter
Then I
which you wrote to
see
him.
CEO then collect and later bobu daf reply.
He did not reply to you.
Then I turned to reply.
And you ended up
Then I tell
making verbal discussion
Then I lingam
with the CEO.
lingen mi won woy nga oko wala nga dem tok wax ak mom.
Issues that are of very pertinent issues that have pertinent consequence
Nena-
on the administration of the
Te
country.
lolu de nga mbir yo xamne dafa am ay consequences yu bari ci administration
For
of
most
council.
of these things that you discussed verbally
Nena amna yo xamne da ngeen de tok di waxtaan
ought to
ni.
have been in writing.
Nena dafa war pour ngeen bind ko.
Madam
Because-
Chair, li ma la wax fi yépp.
Madam Chair.
Dafa amé de kayit yi ma la wax ni yépp.
All what I'm telling here, the
So
papers,
please provide us with this.
Moom
Yeah.
moo ko amé.
he's the one having the documents.
Mr. Batchily, can you provide us with the documents? Please note it. The mayor said you have the documents.
Can we? Okay.
What she has just said.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
would you give me the opportunity to get back to the issue of the audit report of the project,
Yes.
kindly?
Yes.
Okay, I want to call to your attention
Yes.
as the chairperson of the commission,
Yes.
which is of course a very important body looking into the affairs of the council,
Yes.
that we had just concluded sessions with the FPAC,
Yes.
and I think equally to this commission should be in line with those recent developments, especially relating to
You
some,
said, can you please repeat? that,
especially,
please?
what I'm saying
You
is
said-
that,
yeah?
yeah, that we should also be able to relate to you and your commission
Yeah.
such very important developments.
Yes.
Because at the time in which the external auditors went to the project to do their audit, I would want to insist that there have been some developments that I think, as a commission too, you should be able to be aware of. And I think it's very important.
Yes, Mr. Batchily, you are the one that is sitting on the chair. We are asking you questions.
Yeah.
And these are questions related to facts we've read in other reports.
Yeah.
And if there are new developments,
Yeah.
We will highly welcome whatever new development
Yeah.
that you have to discuss on these issues,
Yeah.
to highlight, to either reaffirm or rebut
Yeah.
what they have said, or to provide new evidence,
Yeah.
so that we can have better clarity
Yeah.
as to what the issues are.
Yeah.
Failing which, we cannot, because if we don't have the evidence, if no counter evidence is provided, it will be very difficult for us not to make, you understand, for us not to draw our assumptions and conclusions on certain issues.
Yeah.
So I believe that we are giving you the opportunity now, since you said there are new developments. Please provide us, whether it is in writing, whether it's oral, you understand, you are welcome to discuss these issues.
Thank you.
Because we are the ones that are asking you questions
Thank you.
on these reports, which are so damning and which we want answers to, because the monies involved are taxpayers' money.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Council?
Yes, just briefly back to the mayor's issue with camera before I proceed to other issues. Mr. Bojang, saying I'm coming back to the mayor's comments with respect to Mr. Kamara.
Nena legi lu am lu moy def moy pour delo ci comment bi nga xamne wala cadre yi nga xamne wax nga ko fi ci kaw Mr. Kamara wala mbiri Mr. Kamara.
So again, Mr. Kamara as a finance director
Nena be legi de Mr. Kamara comme moy finance director.
has also been found wanting
Nena mom tamit de gis nañ am na lo xamne def nako.
in relation to bypassing accounting policies,
Nena te soko sété moy am na yoon yi nga xamne jël nako te top accounting
violating regulations.
mu ne andut ak loi bi tamit.
But the issue regarding the rates,
Nena way so sété lo mbir mi nga xamne dem na ci mbiri rates yi moy lampo yi.
his evidence is
Nena mom woné bi nga xamne def nako fi.
that there were, most of these compounds were undervalued.
Nena amna yo xamne mom lu mu wax fi moy amna kër yi nga xamne fi ñoñu luñ ko wax moy undervalued.
He believes
Nena mom gëm na ne
that you don't want them to be paying the normal rate because of they are your people.
Nena yow mom lu mu la wax moy yow bugulo pour ñom ñu fay li nga xamne lool mo war parce que lu tax lo moy ñoñu sa nit ñi la.
And as finance director,
Nena te mom finance director la.
he thought it was his responsibility to come up with the accurate figure that they should pay.
Nena mom fo na ne loolu waru gam la pour mo mëna taxaw mu wax ñaata la ñi wara fay wala mu gëné lu nga xamne lool moy accurate li ñu wara fay.
I think you've heard him say that if you have listened to his testimony.
Nena su fekkee ne yang ko di déglu nena mën na nek foog na ne dégg nga mu ngi wax loolu.
What is your reaction to that?
Nena lo am pour tontu ci loolu.
Li council
Clear kazo.
dégguma la because bu ma dooree di déglu commission bi yàggut.
I don't hear him because the time I started listening or following the commission was not a very long time.
Dégguma sa wax boobu.
I don't heard of your that.
No, that's Mr. Kamara's.
Nena kado Mr. Kamara.
waaw waaye li ma bëgg a wax mooy.
But what I want to elaborate here is
Who am I?
whom am I
ñu gaset ñu ne.
to cassette that
Mr. A kiram bi
Mr. A's property
500 la war a fay.
he should supposed to pay
But he can
500.
say the same thing too.
Sorry?
He can also say, who am I to say that Fatu should pay less, that Amadou should pay more?
Nena mom tam mun na wax lolu comme mo moy kan pour wax lolu ne Fatou war na pay
Well, it is granted.
Amadou pay lu bari.
I don't think I understand you right. Foog naa man li ma understand li nga wax nga ne.
I don't understand it very well. I
Mr.
think what I
Kamara-
understand is that Mr. Kamara said
nga ne Mr. Kamara mu ne
he said that
dafa feel ne kër gi dafa war a fay more than li mu war a fay.
Less than.
less than.
Dafa war a fay less.
Yes.
Yes.
They were undervalued.
Nena undervalue moy dafa wara fay li nga xamne less.
Li council
Lead council
ñun amuñ right pour value
We don't have right to value.
Man depuis ñun bu ñëwé council ba tay ñu ngi try pour yokk suñu rate ci mënuñ ko.
Since I came to council till date, I'm trying to increase my bill, but
Because
I cannot
we
be
don't
able to.
have the authority to value those compounds.
We don't have the authority to value those.
But he
compounds.
believes
So mom, it's not what he
Nena, why
believes.
mom go money? That is not what he
It's
believes.
what is in the gazette.
That is what is in the
I
gazette.
agree with you.
So mom so believe in a leader ko wara charge 1,000.
Nena, nango na sinilinga wa. If he believes that he should, this person's property should be charged 1,000,
But luwa bi na did 500.
but the law said no 500.
Lolu bari na Banjul. I will tell you a typical example bo xamne suma xol bi la day metti every time te mënuma ci dara.
There is plenty in Banjul. I can give a typical example that makes me angry, but I cannot do anything.
Every day na minister mo ma dégg dama ko complain ba minister ne ma xana yow da nga am issue ak ñi.
Every day I complain until one day the minister asks me whether I have an issue with these people.
Moy mall bi nekk Banjul di Banjul bi ñoo wax ne Banjul mall.
That's the mall in Banjul that they used to say Banjul Mall.
It was about 4 care or 5 care. 4 care or 5 care.
4 or 5 compounds.
Yes.
So compounds we are paying, for example, I'm just giving you an example,
And those-
$500 per year.
Those compounds or properties we are paying 500 per year.
So the for many, it's like 5 compounds, you pay 2,500.
And it seems 5 compounds they are paying 2,500.
This is now a multi-million business.
These are now multi-million business.
But we cannot still increase the rates because the gazette says, "Li lañ wara fay."
But still we cannot be able to increase the rate because the Gazette have indicated
No,
how much they're supposed to
but
pay.
whose role is it to manage and make decisions in relation to revenue collection?
Nena koku role kala ki nga xamne mo mona manage pour ngeen mëna waxtaan pour ngeen def gis ne revenue bi ni lañ ko wara fay.
Because I heard you say,
Because dégg naa ne yaa ngi wax ne
because you don't agree with Mr. Kamara,
because yow nanguloo si Mr. Kamara
you thought genuinely he was doing the wrong thing,
nena yow sa boppa li nga xalaat mooy mu ngi def loo xam ne warut.
that you confronted him or the CEO.
Nena yaa si yow ngeen dal di ko confront.
No. You either confronted him, if I heard you well, or you confronted the CEO.
Nena
About it.
yow nga confront moom wala CEO nga confront.
And that you said you will even mobilize the people.
Nena te wax nga ne yow mun nga mobilize nit ñi.
No, that's why hear me out. I'm repeating what I think I heard you say.
Nena moom lu mu nekk di wax foog na lu mu foog ne loolu la dégg loolu nga wax loolu la mu.
And so you can tell us what you have said.
Nena moom su waxee yow soo paree nga dal di bantuwaat yow lan nga waxoon.
You can always correct things.
Nena fii ku wax loo xam ne warut yow yaa war a correct jubal ko nga ne ko déet waxuma lii la wax.
Did you not say that you had issues with Mr. Kamara?
Nena daa wax loo fi ne da nga amoon ay teexateexa wala ay issue ak Mr. Kamara.
That you had to even confront him
mais ci kaw li nga xam ne dem nga ba nga confront ko.
about the rates?
muy affaire yi na lemp wala rates. Yes, the rates increase.
Did you not say when you were frustrated you even had to tell him or the CEO that if it means you mobilize the people of Banjul?
Nena wax loo ne soo frustré da nga ko wax wala nga wax CEO de su demee am na nu mooy demee sax da nga mobilize nit ñi Banjul.
But you make sure this thing will not happen.
Nena pour nga gis ne lii du mun a am wala du xew.
That's what I said.
Yes.
My point is,
Nena moom fu mooy seet mooy.
whose role is it
Nena warugal kan la wala kan moo responsible lan mooy kan mooy moom rôle boobu.
in the administration
pour si biir administration bi kan moo amee
to
warugal
manage the issues of rates and finance income? Is it not the finance director's role?
pour manage rates and final income nena ndaa nekkoot ne liggéey finance director. No, but he's supposed to follow the Gazette, not what he think of.
But you see, this is where I have a problem with you, Lord Mayor.
Nena li problem bi fii la dooree.
In as much as you've done so many things in the right way,
Nena soo defee lu bëri li nga xam ne ànd naa ko yoon.
you've done so many things in the wrong way too, even though you've admitted most of it.
Nena am na yoo xam ne sama def nga lu bëri li nga xam ne àndut ak yoon.
Now you are saying that because it is his role,
Nena wax nga ne moom warugalam la.
it doesn't mean he doesn't have to follow the law.
Nena loolu taxut ne moom warta toppal loi bi.
And your problem was that's why I said I know you understand English and Wolof, but again you can always ask that we repeat if you don't understand something.
Nena li moo tax mu ne la fii ñaari lakay yëpp dégg nga ko leer na si yow loo xam ne understand loo ko.
Let me take it again.
Nena xaram moo xaat.
You agree that it is the role of the finance director.
nee na yow sa boppa nangu nga ne loolu warugal finance director la
Issues of revenue.
nee na pour mbiri revenue bi
That of course is the finance head.
nee na parce que mooy njiiti finance
But that you are saying he has to follow the law.
nee na waaye ba léegi yaa ngi wax ne dafa war pour mu toppa loi bi
Did you not say that?
nee na ndax waxuloo ko yes I see
And
so.
that's true.
nee na te loolu dëgg la
So where he does not follow the law,
nee na fi nga xam ne moom topput loi bi
you have a problem with him.
nee na am nga problème ak moom
Correct?
nee na dëgg la yes
And that's true.
nee te loolu dëgg la
But that is the supervisory role we are talking about, even though it was not done in the right manner.
nee na loolu mooy supervisory role bi nga ne bi nga xam ne boobu nga nekk di wax ndi soo ko doxalee sax nekkut ne yóbbu nga ko si mu waree
Okay. But then it shows that you understand that you are the overall supervisor of council.
nee na waaye ba léegi yow yëg nga ne yow yaa nekk overall supervisor of
Administration.
for administration
And so Mr. Kamara, as you have said, must follow the law.
nee na kon comme ni nga waxee rek Mr Camara dafa war pour mu toppa loi bi
The same thing
nee na benn affaire bi la rek
with Mr. Batchily.
ak Batchily
The same thing with his role as CEO.
nee na benn bi yoon bi la rek comme ni mënta nekk CEO yëpp
So many violations.
nee na am na yoo xam ne àndut ak loi
Even the audit report mentioned Mr. Kamara and Mr. Batchily by name.
nee na audit report sax ñoom dem nañ ba ñu oo leen seen tur Mr
Several audit
Camara
reports
ak Mr
also.
Batchily
So you should do the same thing.
nee na yow tamit benn affaire bi rek nga waroon a def
But where I think you were wrong with Mr. Kamara.
nee na waaye fu mu xam ne wala fu mu gis ne moom gis sa samle fi nga xam ne yow da nga juum si Mr Camara
So you don't address Mr. Kamara's issue by having the intention to deal with the people directly in relation to that.
nee na warloo am intention Camara pour nga gis ne nga advice ko waaye am loolu nga ko wax mooy pour nga am intention nit ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk si seen
I didn't say the word advice, Mr. Bojang, but I don't know what you mean by the interpretation. What I'm trying to say is,
nee na lu mu bëgg a wax mooy
if Mr. Kamara is not doing the right thing,
Mr Camara soo yegee ne lu mu def àndut ak yoon
we discuss it in council.
nee na loolu fu mu war pour waxtaan mooy si council
We call him,
ñu oo ko
we ask him questions,
ñu laajte ko ay
we pass
laajte
resolutions,
nga gis ñu daal di ko jox suñu xalaat
and we have effective administration.
nee na da nga gis ne boobu suñu administration bi dafa
Do you
dëgg
not think that is the
dëgg
most effective way?
nee na dafa nekk loo xam ne very effective kay
li council ak
lead council I agree
li ma wax ni waxuma ko ci gannaaw CEO
I'm speaking not in the absence of the CEO but he's still present
su ma la waxee ne la nit ñi dañ doon ñëw si biir council bi almost every day di stomp si biir council bi di complain yu du jeex.
if I want to tell you or if I tell you that every day people from Banjul they come to council to me and complain a lot of things
moom xam na si dara Mr. Camara bañ rek.
Mr. Bakili knows something about it
Is it possible? Is it possible
nee na ndax loolu dafa war a am
that a lot of people can complain against Mr. Kamara or Mr. Batchily,
ni ñu bëri ñëw pour complain affaire yi Mr. Batchily wala Mr.
but they are wrong?
nee na waaye da nga gis ne ñoom ak seen complain bi rek ñoom ànduñu ak yoon
It's also possible
nee na loolu tam mun na nekk
that what they are complaining
ñoom luñ nekk di wax
is correct.
dafa wax lu
Is
am
that
la
not the case?
lu am la nee na ndax loolu mënut a nekk
waaye man li ma laa wax mooy man I am telling you a fact.
but I'm telling you
This is not anybody complaining that it's wrong. I am telling you, the people they know they don't pay rates to you.
I said people
Because the
whenever they
rates are
paid
gazetted.
that rates they came to me and they started complaining because the rates were gazetted
No,
And-
what you don't understand
nee na mun na nekk fi nga understand mooy
is having the interest to solve a problem
nee na soo amee ene pour solve problème
and solving it in the right manner
nee na pour nga def ko wala jagar ko si yoon bu war
is different.
nee na bokkut
You understand?
nee na understand
The reason why I tell you what Mr. Kamara says
nee na soo gisee mu wax la Camara lu mu waxoon fii
or what Mr. Batchily says,
wala Mr. Batchily lu mu
I
waxoon
will ask you other questions when you subsequently appear.
nee na moom dina la laajte ay yeneen laajte soo ñëwaatee
Ask you procurement done by your office.
nee na procurement yi nga xam ne def nga ko sa
We
office
will ask you about Keba and Sons.
nee na
Of course, you know all of this.
mbiri Keba and Sons because you ñëpp xam
Because
ngeen loolu
you need an opportunity to respond.
nee na because your opportunity pour nga gis ne ñu na tontu
It's only fair that when they say Rohey Malick Lowe, the mayor did XYZ, we call you and we ask you.
nee na dafa nekk yoon suñ la tuumalee wala ñu wax ne yow yaa def li ñu oola laajte la yow
So
sa
if you have 100 people
nee na soo amee téeméeri nit
saying the finance director did something wrong,
ne finance director lu mu def
it's increasing the rates as opposed to the law.
moom mu ngi yokkal lempo li nga xam ne àndut ak loi bi ni mu tëralee
It can be true.
nee na mun na nekk dëgg
It may be false.
nee na mun na nekk tamit du dëgg
You must
nee na yow lu la war mooy
table the matter to cancel if the finance director is insistent.
Nena yow lu la war moy nga jël mbir mi tek ko ci table bi ak council.
Because they are in council.
Nena
They are in council.
Nena si fofa ci council.
As an agenda item.
Nena su nekké agenda
He will
item.
come to testify.
Nena fo mom dina ñew mu wax.
You can even summon him to produce all the collections for the month.
Nena da nga gis ne fofa sa yow sa bopam mun nga ko sas mu gene lepp li nga xamne jot na ko ci wër bi.
Or for the quota.
Nena wala quota.
You see the names.
Nga gis tur yi.
You look at the law.
Nga seet loi bi.
The evidence is clear.
Nena lolu evidence la.
That is the best way.
Nena lolu moy yoon bu wax.
The council would have been in the position to tell the finance director.
Nena fofa council dañu wa finance director ne.
That you took or you received from compound A $500.
Nena nañu ko wax ne keri e $500.
The law says it should be $300.
Nena telu wala mu wax mo mu ne ñetti témir.
And it's very clear.
Nena tay la fa leer.
That's my point.
Nena mom fofa la ma waxe.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Mu wul try pour lu mu nekk di wax.
Li council.
Lead council.
Nit ñi ci seen boppa.
People themselves resisted that they don't even pay.
I don't deny what you are saying.
Right.
Nena mom weddiwut lolu.
The people don't have the right
Nena ñu amuñ warugal bobu.
in that manner.
Si yoon si waaw si
They complain to you, yes,
Nena ñu ñew si yow complain.
because you are their mayor.
Nena yow yaay seen mayor.
Li council fa nga yang ma understand li ma wax.
Lead council, I think you are
Absolutely well.
Nena waaw bu baax.
Loi bi mu ne sa kër gi yow.
Then
Yow
the law
Patrick
says
sa kër gi
you-
yow lead council.
Council,
Loi bi mu ne $1,000 nga war a fay.
you pay $1,000.
Waaye Batchily mu ne da nga fay $1,500.
Why we Batchily say you pay
Nga
$1,500?
ne doo ko fay.
You said no, you are not going to pay that.
How do you solve problems as a mayor?
Nena yow texa yi naka nga leen de jagare comme mayor.
Should it not be ultimately at council level?
Nena xana wartu pour ngeen dem si council level.
Waaw wax naa la ko foog naa at the beginning ne la.
I think I told you at the beginning that
Du lu nekk rek because we live we work as a family.
we work as a family.
Su fekkoon ne every lu tuuti luñ def rek ma dem toog council
If at all
yóbbu
any
ko council.
small thing that they did, I take it to council.
Kon su ma ñëw fii dama indi ay wolis.
Then when I'm coming
No,
here, I have to
this is
come
not a
with
small
a
thing.
suitcase.
This is not a small thing.
Li nekkul lu ndaw de.
Remember, this got you so angry,
Nena li yóbbu na la ba nga mer
and rightly so.
nga dal
And rightly so.
nena te dëgg la. Dafa war.
Because if you are the mayor of the people
Nena soo nekkee njiit mayor
and they complain to you
nena nit ñi ñëw dal di am
that
aussi
the
complain.
finance director is overcharging
Nena finance director de lu mooy chargé dafa ëpp.
and then overvaluing the properties,
Nena te soo seetee contrat kër yi tamit mu leen di overvalue.
of course it will get you angry if he does not want to comply.
Nena loolu moom su nanguwut yow li nga wax doo kontaan foog
We
nga mer.
are not saying
Nena nekkuñ di wax ne
Mr. Kamara did not do
Mr. Camara defut de.
what you are alleging or what the people allege.
Li nga xam ne loolu nga ko tuumi wala nit ñi luñ koy tuumi.
We are saying
Lu ñu waxal mooy
Mr. Kamara
Mr. Camara
should be
suufa
called by council,
council ñoo ko war a oo.
addressed by council,
Nga gis adresse council ñoo
and
ko war a
if need
adresse.
be, if need be,
Waa su fekkee ne daf ko jar.
if good resolutions be passed there.
Nena su ko jaree ñu dal di joxe résolution.
Because just like the CEO, there are grounds for removal.
Nena comme CEO
There are grounds for removal.
yes am nañ tamit ground removal.
If he abuses office,
Nena soo fekkee ne li nga def si office warut
you pass the necessary resolutions,
nga ñu pass necessary resolution.
and that's it.
Loolu rek la.
So that
Nena nga gis ne
we don't solve the problems in the unusual way.
nena duñ waroon di nena dañoo jagar li nga xam ne tamit àndut ak yoon.
Do you understand that?
Nena loolu leer na yes.
Now,
Nena léegi
we have my problem with the council's management and procurement activities.
nena moom teetea bu mu am si council management and procurement activities.
Is that, for instance, even the 2021 audit report
Nena soo ko seetee report 2021 sax.
highlighted so many financial irregularities.
Nena boobu tamit wone na ay dépenses yoo xam ne sax yi nga xam ne àndut ak yoon.
Did you discuss at council level the 2021 audit report?
Nena audit report bi ndax mos nga toog ak council ngeen waxtaan biram.
Comme nu ma la waxee rek.
Yes, as I told you.
Mooy ne ku nekk dinañ la ko jox.
Everybody will be served.
suñ demee council ku nekk loo am loola ci jaaxal nga question si
Whatever doubt you have or any ambiguity, whenever there's a meeting, you can raise it up.
But that is the wrong process.
waa
Nena wa soko sete lolu
just comme ni
do
ko
you
waxee si procurement lifi bi moo tax ma ne la
as you said, yeah, that is why I say so.
along the way ñu ngi jàngatam
Along the way, we are learning.
xam nga léegi su audit report ñëwee léegi dama ko def agenda item
As now, whenever I got the audit report, it will be as an, I will make it as an agenda item.
not ne ñu itemize ko
Not that we are going to itemize it.
Because if you look at the 2021 audit report, 2021 audit
Then
report,
associated 2021 audit report.
it tells you
Limula wax moye.
serious financial irregularity.
Nena amna yo xamne mo la wa ay te yu metti si nga xamne si affaire yi dépense wala ay xaliss moy
This
finance.
will bankrupt the area council.
Nena li dana tax be area council bi dinañ bankrupt de.
Any area council or any institution
Nena institution bu nekk wala area council bu nekk.
don't stand a chance of surviving this financial irregularity.
Nena duñ mëna taxaw pour gis ne mën nañ dunda te ñu ngi ci mbiri financial irregularity façon bi.
Because the problems that are highlighted
Nena problème wala texate yi nga xamne wone nañ ko fi.
are so serious
Nena yoyu lu yu hot la.
that if every year it is not addressed,
Nena su yoyu su fekkee ne at bu nekk wa lolu emot bu ngay door.
so all you hear
Nena lepp yi nga xamne yang ko dégg.
is from Basse to Banjul
Nena jóge ko Basse be Banjul.
is that we don't have enough funds.
Lu ñuy wax mooy amuñu xaalis bu
We
doy.
don't have enough funds.
Amuñu xaalis bu
We
doy.
don't have enough funds.
Amuñu xaalis bu doy.
But then,
waaye soo ko seetee.
are you managing the funds that are available on a daily basis?
ndax xaalis bi nga xam ne wala fonds yi nga xam ne amu ngeen ko nga yéen a ko manage wala yéen a
That is the problem.
ko daily basis nee na li
Do
problème
you see
la.
my concern?
nee na gis nga moom fu muy wéru wala fu muy waxee.
Do you see my concern, Lord?
nee na gis nga fu muy waxee. Use the mic.
yes
Let me give you an example.
li mu ne mu jox la benn exemple.
The 2020, do we have the 2021 report for the mayor's consumption? Extra copy? We don't have.
2022
2020,
What?
2021.
Audit
This is
report?
2021 audit report. 2021, 2022. Says yes, 2021 and 2022. You see, while we are checking it, Lord Mayor, the
nee na gis nga fu ñuy seetee.
problem
nee na problème bi.
is really diverse
nee na problème bi dafa yaatu de.
in all aspects of the management of our area council
nee
institution.
na yëpp yi nga xam ne mu ngi si management si suñu area council.
For instance,
nee na soo ko seetee.
Mr. Batchily,
nee na Mr. Batchily.
as CEO,
mooy comme CEO.
if I were to rate him over 100, if I were to rate him over 10,
nee na moom su koy grade mu grade ko 10 grade 10
even over 100,
wala over 100.
it would be less than 5.
nee na te gis naa ne moom lu less than 5.
Yes.
waaw.
In fact,
Yes.
in all seriousness,
nee na soo ko seetee dëgg si dëgg.
I will give him 0 over 100.
nee na moom dina ko maagi 0 over 100.
And so if I give Mr. Batchily 0 over 100,
nee na léegi su ko joxee 0
Is it the 2021?
over
2021, 2022, the national audit.
Yes.
And if I give Mr. Batchily 0,
nee na su ko grade 0%.
I give everyone 0.
nee na lépp 0 la moo joxe.
Because Mr. Batchily can escape for 1 year and mismanage the funds of council.
nee na Mr. Batchily mun na nekk for 1 year mu mismanage funds council.
Whether it is pressure from the mayor,
nee na ndax pression la si yow.
or for pressure from council,
ndax pression bu jógee si council.
or whosoever,
nee na ku mu munta nekk.
he has no right
nee na amul benn warugal.
to do to commit the finances of council,
nee na pour nga gis ne mbi xaalis council.
the manner and way in which he.
mu daal di ko dugal si li nga xam ne moom nu mu ko buggee.
But Mr. Batchily
nee na waaye Mr. Batchily.
cannot do this for more than 1 year.
nee na lii munu ko def lu ëpp benn at.
Because if the council is effective,
nee na su fekkee ne council bi dafa nekk council bu dëgër.
or the mayor or the chairperson or the mayors are effective,
nee na mayor kia person su fekkee ne dafa nekk koo xam ne dafa dëgër si taxawaayam bi.
the following year,
nee na da ngay si at bu si toppa.
They will address Mr. Batchily,
dina address Mr. Batchily da ngeen ko address
have resolutions passed,
da nga am resolution yi nga xam ne pass ngeen ko
and
ci
so
moom
whosoever did not do their job,
dina képp koo xam ne defut liggéeyam nu mu waree
if the service commission maintain Mr. Batchily,
dina service commission su fekkee ne dañu Mr. Batchily dañu ko maintain
they will now be at the greatest responsibility.
dina kon da nga gis ne lépp li nga xam ne théâtre fa nekk ñoom ñoo koy jël
Yes.
waaw
But where the problem is
dina waaye problème bi fu mu
reduced into writing by audit reports and findings,
mooy nga gis ne bindee nga xam ne war ngeen ko si audit reports wala findings
by compliance review reports,
ak compliance review
and you have it for the first year,
ne te am nga ko first year
never addressed,
def leen fi tus
second year,
ñaareel at
never addressed,
def leen fa tus
third year,
ñetteel bi
never addressed,
def leen fa tus
fourth year and fifth year,
ñeenteel bi juróomeel bi
then that becomes a collective problem.
nee na kon loolu dafa nekk ay problème boo xam ne yéen yëpp yéen a ko bokka
That is what I see, Lord Mayor.
nee na moom si boppam lii mooy loo xam ne loolu la gis loolu
And I'm sure you will agree with that.
nee na te gëm na ne yow sa boppa tamit danga dal di nangu
Mr. Bujari?
Madam Mayor, please answer the question.
Yes, yes, I see.
yes
Thank you.
Now, if you have the correct report,
nee na yow sa boppa soo amee correct report
you will see on page 6, let me see whether is that's what you have. On page 6, it should read,
nee na report bi nga xam ne su fekkee ne boobu la ak boo sam dafa ànd na mooy correct report nee na soo demee what page
6,
page 6
1.4
1.4
should read,
nee na loolu lu mu war a wax mooy
the audit focus on the financial transactions and financial statements for the years ended 31st December 1 to 31st December 2022. Is that the one you have?
No. Page 6.
Page 6, yes.
no
May I please help you? May I please see that report to see whether we are treated the same?
nee na mu jàppale la ndax boobu la wala déet
There is no page 6, in fact.
Okay. I suspect because the volume of the, I suspect maybe that is the wrong one, but let me just see. Okay, this is the special audit report.
this is a special audit
Yes.
report
Yes. Namcha is a special audit report. We're talking about the general yearly audit report.
we are
that
talking about
National-
the yearly general report
I can suspend that now.
okay
Madam Mayor, let me suspend this issue. We will want to give you a copy, so it's fair that you go through the things we will discuss.
Okay.
Oh,
very well
Yes. And it should be a convenient point to stop.
stop.
very well
So we'll see tomorrow.
thank you
You continuing with the mayor tomorrow
tomorrow okay
and the CEO. All right.
very well
So thank you so much, Mr. Batchily,
Thank you, ma'am.
and Honorable Mayor for coming. We'll continue tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You may rise.